champagne, purple cups and 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 champagne, champagne, champagne.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Purple Cups and Champagne. I'm your host, Handsome Contreras.
What's going on, everybody? Security, John Chetty, a.k.a. the Brown Pat Riley.
And we are here with an exclusive guest, my man DJ. Introduce yourself, baby.
Yo, what's going on? Run and operate the shop, Constantly Create Shop, Customer Power Shop, Long Island, New York.
See where we at.
Embroidery, screen print, DTG. This is where all the production takes place to make T-shirts, hats, polos for your brand, small business, podcast, whatever you want to name it.
Yeah, they see it.
You see it?
Yo, where'd you get these?
You see the drip?
Fire hoodies.
You see it?
You see that with the detail, everything. Like, DJ, thank you so much, man. You crushed.
Yo, for real.
You crushed these hoodies.
By the way, this was all done like him over the phone, just talking with somebody, a client.
Shout out to that client.
Yeah,
Shout out to that client. Shout out to that
Thanks
client.
Thanks for the inspo.
Shout out
I'm
to
the
that
only
client.
one that has Handsome on the back, so this is fire.
Yeah, these are 2 of 2, right? You only made 2 of them, right? There's not a third.
There's a third one.
There's a rumor of a third being floating out. Shout out to FA the Product on Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch.
Daddy duty.
Yeah, you know, he's doing a daddy thing today. So, but shout out to you, Josh.
What size was that one?
You may or may not get
My
that
size.
hoodie.
That was a large?
That's what we're going to say is your size. I don't know, man. You know, so. And shout out to Chris being on production. Chris from Hip Hop Advocates.
Hip Hop Advocates,
Music.
Chris.
Appreciate you being in the building.
One of the earliest supporters. Let's not forget.
Yes. No, yeah.
You can't forget the early supporters. No way.
At all, man.
Absolutely,
They're
man.
coming all the way.
They
got to go all the way with you.
I gave him the whole idea behind his podcast. I said, yo, you should do something about hip-hop, just you and your boys, and he took it and ran with it, man. You know what I mean? All right, I made that up.
Yeah.
No, we on that one next.
Nah, man.
Where did you get the inspiration to start even doing this?
It's a long story. All right, so I'm a vivid sports memorabilia collector. So it was Kobe's last game, Staples Center, and they were giving out like these pamphlets on the seats. Thank you for your support, Mamba out, 20 years, all that. So I was like, yo, I kind of want to have that for my collection.
The 60-point game. That's what you're talking about, right?
60-point game.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let me go on eBay. Let me see what this is going for because I want it for my collection.
Of course.
You were at the Staples Center?
I wasn't. I was on my couch in the basement.
Oh, okay.
But because you were like, this is a part of history, let me get this piece.
Let me get it for my collection.
Okay.
I go on eBay, halftime. It's going for like $300, $350.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, I'm not willing to spend $350 on, a piece of paper. Says thank you for your support, but it's cool. But then you see other things that are kind of trending, other things that are selling for Kobe's leaving, to retire. And shirts were going for like $15, $16. Mamba out. 20-year Laker lifer, Staples Center, the house that Kobe built, all these types of things. And they were selling for $15, $16. And when you go on eBay, you could see how many things actually sold.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Gary Vee told me that one.
So I was seeing these shirts.
Actually, my bad. I just popped the bottle, man.
Yo,
Yeah, no. Well, let's pop.
Keep the story on.
350 sold.
Let's pop the bottle to this.
200 sold. At $16 a pop. So I took out my phone. I started doing the math. Like, all right, so if these T-shirts are selling for $15 a piece, 350 sold.
Josh, I'm coming for your
$20
job.
a piece, 200 sold. And I'm doing the math. I'm like, this seems like some money to me. And the designs were kind of just graphic designs. Where we could kind of go on Google and search like Kobe graphic T-shirt, and you'll see like a collage, and you could see that the artwork on the T-shirt that's printed was put through Photoshop, put through Illustrator. But it wasn't anything that I felt like was anything I couldn't do. And I felt like, thank you. And I felt like it was also something that I could actually exceed creativity, from a creative standpoint.
Because you are familiar with like Adobe, Photoshop, and all that stuff, so you have some kind of background in it.
Yeah, I'm very fluent in Photoshop, and it wasn't like I opened my laptop for the first time and I was like, all right, let me try and figure out Photoshop now, and try and sell T-shirts and make designs. So that's kind of how it started, and from there, I was looking for wholesale shirts. I ordered like one of every single blank brand, Hanes, Next Level, Bella Canvas,
Next
building.
level, Bella. I know those.
Right, I ordered all these
Yeah.
shirts. I ordered.
Let's cheers.
Well, let's cheers to
you need to drink. I see you're getting
Yo.
parched.
episode 103.
Episode
Yo,
103.
I got these little
baby.
cough drops over here.
Jesus
Episode-
Christ, what
yo.
is that? That's so good.
Well, I'm sipping on Sean Don today.
Oh,
Sean Don
God.
sippers Brooklyn.
Keeping it
you know what I
LVMH,
mean?
yeah.
Shout out to 100
Pass your cup.
episodes, though. 100 episodes, though.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
before we even get into that, like, yo,
we
congrats.
appreciate that,
Yo,
man. Hey,
thank
let
you.
me- take a little
Seriously,
bit
Which
more.
is, I don't know if y'all see, if you can see the detail. I'll zoom into it later on, but he literally put the 100th episode, the timestamp,
time.
and everything.
What,
This-
hour and 30 minutes, it says?
this
is-
Hour
Yeah.
and 41 minutes?
Hour and
What is
41
it?
minutes.
What does it say?
Odd numbers like I love them. Because if
This
it were
is-
up to me, I'm not putting like hour and 30. Look at that.
This
hour
is fire,
41.
man. This is special. This is like, this is two of three. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. We don't know. We don't know if that one exists.
Let me tell you something. If the demand is high enough, we actually are in conversation. We're going to discuss it later on with DJ, but he'll let you know what the scoop is. We'll get into that. But continue your story, brother.
So where was we at?
We're talking about Adobe trying to figure out like the design.
Yeah, so I see all these designs on eBay, and they're like half-ass designs, in my opinion, of Kobe, and people are buying them for $15, $20, and I'm like, I could actually do something better. It's one of those things when you see and you're like, I could do that, but I could actually do it better.
Right.
And started cooking up my own designs, and I was like, I'm going to give this a shot. I'm going to try it. I ordered the blanks. I went on Amazon. I found some cheap heat presses that I got for like maybe $250, $300. I bought those. Those came in the mail. That table over there, that black table with those two brown boxes on, you'll actually could still see the drill holes in them drilled that the heat presses were on. Like that table was in my laundry room.
You can never get rid of that table.
I will never get rid of it.
You should never get rid of that
Bury
table.
me on
No.
it.
Yeah.
No, that's not going nowhere.
Fucking cheers to that, man. I like
Cheers to
that.
Nah, facts.
Oh,
And,
shit.
That was literally in my laundry room. And
Understand something, guys. That's called execution.
Yes, sir.
Right? Like your man had an idea. I can do it better, and didn't just stay like, "Oh, I could do it better." That would be a cool idea to do.
You
went
know
out.
how many people say that? Like, they'll be like, I would have done it this way. I could have done that. And I'm like, but no, he actually said, no, I'm going to do that. And that's...
yeah, you actually got to follow through with it. And I got on Photoshop, and at the time I was working in the car business. I was working 9 to 6.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I was working in the car business.
I was in
sold
car
cars.
biz for
You
5
know-
years.
Yeah, where you sold cars?
I hate that life. I sold Chevys for 3 years and Bike Out Chevrolet at Valley Stream, and 2 years of Mercedes-Benz Nanny Wet. I don't know why I'm plugging you guys. But
Worked at Nissan in Great Neck, across from Peter
oh,
Luger's.
yo, they sell
Oh, shit.
crazy cars.
Yeah, okay.
What y'all pushing? 400 a month?
They were like maybe close to 300 by the time I left. I was there for 5 years, and I learned so much about finance and dealing with people and different types
That's
of people.
it.
Because when you work in the car business, every single type of person actually buys a car.
Of course.
If you're poor, if you don't have good credit, if you're poor, if you're rich, like whatever type of
Don't matter.
Yeah, whatever. Like everybody comes into the dealership to actually buy a car. So I learned to deal with different types of personalities. There was people that walked in there with like a 400 credit score, but that would walk in with $20,000 in cash. There was people. One guy I'll never forget. He came in. He was getting a Nissan Sentra for his daughter for her high school or graduation or whatever.
Yeah.
And he hands me a credit card, and he was like, "Oh, just put this on my Amex." And it was like a $21,000 card. He wanted to put it on Amex, and I'm like, "I don't know if you can put a car on your credit card, but I'll give it to my manager. I'll see what he says."
Oh, I got stories. man.
Yo, shit like that. And I learned to deal with different types of.
The car business is a gift and a curse.
It is.
Because of what you just said. The
Yeah.
shit that you learned there, I would not be who I am today
No.
without having spent those 5 years going through that boot camp of life.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
This place doesn't exist if I don't work at Nissan for 5 years. And I built a lot of lifelong relationships there. And, without those people that kind of took me under their wing, taught me finance, taught me people, taught me personalities, and keeping my composure and negotiation.
Yeah. Relationships are everything. Like, my cousin Kevin and you are friends. Shout out to Sue, Queen's Bully all day.
Sue.
You know what I mean? Sue's the one who plugged me in and said,
Fire
yo,
hat,
this
by
is
the
the
way.
guy that's making, like, all my merch. And I'm
Oh,
like,
wait.
well, I have to. Well, I met DJ at
You
the,
make that merch? I know. I met you at the 718
Queen's
day.
Bully, yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
So this hat that I'm wearing is made right in here. You know what I mean?
Get outta here.
It's, I'm dripped out from,
That far back machine.
yeah? That was
I
one.
remember
No,
when
okay.
those ran.
All right. Nice.
I gotta take some footage of that later on.
Yeah. Now we got that. We got that earlier. So
Oh,
we good.
damn, they
Yeah.
beat me
We
to
the
on
whole
top.
tour of this place.
We on top. Yeah, really. Yeah. He practically works here now. You know what I mean? He's seen everything.
That's why Chetty does favors and he'll freaking charge you afterward, bro. Don't ever do him a favor again.
Oh, I keep that stored. You know what I mean? All that work from Hip Hop Advocates. This is what it's paying off right now. I appreciate that, man.
Both
I
wash
heard
the
that.
face.
I heard
man.
that.
But yeah, relationships are everything.
And then the carve is, yeah.
Your relationships are more powerful than money. That's very true. Gary Vee said that. I never forgot it. So true. So true. Relationships are more powerful than money. And to kind of circle back to how the business started, I was working off a printer that you could really actually, it was like any type of desktop printer that prints in full color. Like it's anybody's
like
office.
An inkjet.
Inkjet,
HP,
yeah,
some
that's
shit.
it.
Yeah.
The paper you can get at like Michael's Art Supply. Cut it out, transfers, and those shirts, like...
I've done it.
Yeah, and like I was talking to you, you said that you got a shirt, and you washed it once and it cracked. Like, I'm so guilty of that.
But it's the growing pains, though, right?
It's the growing pains, and it was really just proof of concept at the time to see if what's something I made on Photoshop, because the challenge to me was that I could do it better, and was to go on and make artwork on Photoshop and put it up on eBay because that was the platform to sell and to see if people would buy it. So I kind of undercut on the price. I was at like $12, $14 free shipping. I wasn't making any money. Like $12, $14 when you factor in the shirt, when you factor in the paper, when you factor in the ink.
Yeah. But you was getting your name out there to do all this process, right?
Yeah, it wasn't even getting my name out there on eBay because like eBay is such a large platform that it's not really like about...
Very saturated, yeah.
Yeah, it's so saturated. It was really just proving to myself that if I make something, will somebody buy it? That was really all I was trying to prove to myself. And started out with white shirts. And the challenge from there, I haven't spoken about this in so long, so I'm kind of trying to backtrack. So the challenge from there was, I remember with the wholesalers to get the shirts, you needed minimums. Like you couldn't just go and order.
Like a 300 minimum.
Yeah, like you need minimums. You can't go and order like 2-3 larges. If I need 2-3 larges, you had to order a couple $100. So I was like, all right, I got to add a little bit more to the arsenal. And I added black shirts. And then from there, I learned that black shirts sold way more than white shirts. Like as soon as I ordered black shirts, like instantly was selling way more.
Because dirty motherfuckers can just like not, wear them as much as they want to.
I thought it was just to like hide the fat. Like I eat black
too. It
shirts.
could be that too. It could be that too.
I'm heavy on the black right now.
I'm the Undertaker right now. You know what I mean? But actually, black does look clean though.
Yeah,
it's a clean. It's a
and
clean,
it keeps clean longer.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it does.
Keep
Yeah, it does.
clean
You know what I mean? Yo, that one drop of coffee that gets on your white shirt. Like I wore a white shirt to work today. And I remember just being like, I'm done. I can't go. I can't go to the after work spot now. I can't go to happy hour. I can't go to happy hour. I can't do none of that. You know what I mean? Now I got to take my ass straight home. You know what I mean?
You're black. You can hit the sink and
you figure it out.
From after the black shirts, I got into black hoodies, and before you knew it, I was shipping out a lot of stuff every single day, and
Are these customs that people were requesting, or you just shipping out your
stuff that I was actually just putting together on Photoshop, making myself, and putting it on eBay, and people
was it sports? Was it hip hop? Like what was the
hip hop? All that type of urban culture, trending things like Rest His Soul. Like remember Craig Sager, NBA.
Oh man, yeah,
like
of
when
course.
he died, I made a couple Craig Sager
one of the best
shirts.
dressed ever. You know what I mean? Yeah, his fits.
Made some stuff like that.
That's fire.
I hopped on that trend. It was really just a lot of hopping on trends.
Yeah,
and I found like a little niche on eBay with hopping on trends, and. From there, it turned into all right, well, I obviously can't sustain doing this with the quality, because at this point, like I proved the concept to myself that people will buy what I make.
Right.
Like if I have an idea and I was like, let me put it on paper, let me put it on Photoshop, will somebody buy it and people will buy it. So then from there, I knew in my mind, like, all right, like, if I want to take it to the next level, if I want to scale, if I want to actually make this a business, leave Nissan, quit the car dealership, and actually do this full time, like I needed quality, because I knew that after these shirts went to the wash, to the dry, they were cracked, they were destroyed, and you can't last that way. I was like, all right, then I started doing my research on I need an actual DTG printer, direct to garment, which is like what we have now. It's like a retail quality printing. Like if you go to the mall, if you get a shirt at like H&M or like any of those stores in the mall, Hot Topic, shit like that. They're all DTG printing. The washability is good. The colors are vibrant. You can wash them over and over, and they're gonna last. And those printers are, $20,000 to $25,000, right? So I was like, all right, got in touch with the company, got some samples. I was like, yo, this is what I need. I got a sample in the mail. It was a black shirt. It had Mickey Mouse on it. I was like, I washed it. I wore it. I stretched it. Like, I washed it a couple times. Like, this is what I need.
So what the fuck? You had this shit just in your garage? Like, you had
this was in the basement at the time.
Wow.
In the laundry room of my basement.
On the black table.
On this fucking black table.
That black table was never going anywhere. Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, and it was like a 7 by maybe 10 space. It was like a super tight space, and I was doing this after work. Like after I got out of work at 6 o'clock, I was doing this till midnight, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Like I was just determined to kind of just grow this. And I got in touch with the printing company, and to buy that printer, I didn't want to spend $25,000 outright to just buy it, so they offered financing options.
Oh, okay.
So it was kind of like
because you know it's gonna pay itself back up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So after I proved the concept to myself, selling the shirts on eBay, it was more. I wasn't looking to make money on eBay. I just wanted to, just sell stuff. And it was like, all right.
Well, you're understanding how the business.
You
right?
wanted to know if there was demand.
Right.
That's all it is.
Okay.
Right?
You were doing research.
That's it.
Yeah.
Researching on my own and on my own fingerprints. To get things going. And it was like, all right, this is the payment for the printer. So I was like, if I'm making enough on eBay, right, to pay for the printer payment, that's all I really need. I need to build up the eBay business to where it pays for the actual retail quality printer. Gotcha. And once I could build up the eBay business to pay for the retail quality printer, I'm signing off on that printer, and I'm kicking that shit down the stairs in the basement.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And when I tell you that this printer, getting it down the basement stairs, you could not fit the printer and like a piece of paper in between the printer and the wall. Like,
so it fit like what perfect.
It literally fit down the stairs.
That shit was meant to be.
And there was a dent in the printer by the time it got down the stairs.
Right. But it still worked. So
it worked.
It
worked. There was a dent in the hood of the fucking printer when it got back down the stairs. And I remember when I got that shit down the stairs, I sat on the bottom of the stairs. I just lit up a blunt. I smoked it out. And I was just like, yo, soak this in for a second. Yeah. Because, like, it was a long time fucking coming because I did that shit for a year. It didn't happen overnight. It took a while.
Stay with it, though.
Give me a time frame. What year is this?
2016? 2016?
Okay.
Going into 2017. Gotcha. It's been a while. It's 2022.
Wow, 2016. Wow. That was a good year. That was a good year for music. It was a good year for sports. That was an all-around good year.
Yeah.
That's why.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you started doing stuff in your basement at the time. What are some of the accounts that you had? Because we mentioned the Queens Bully affiliation.
0.
Yeah. How did you get? Like, do you remember your first account? Like, how did you get your first account? Like,
all right. So like, accounts to me, how I kind of really consider accounts is people that consistently reorder.
Of course.
Right. So like, we didn't really start getting accounts until like when we moved into the garage. So we moved from my basement into my business partner, Joe, his garage. His garage wasn't that much bigger than the basement, but at least in the garage you could fit 2 printers and not one.
Right.
So we moved into the garage after that little laundry room space was maxed out, and then we kind of started getting Queens Bully, and we started doing shirts for Sue. But when we were in the basement, we didn't do shirts for Sue because we were still learning. When that printer first came down the basement, I shoved it down the stairs. There was a learning process how to use it.
Okay, right.
You know what I mean? There was a whole learning curve how to use it. So I wasn't really
trying. So you just getting like special orders or something like that? Like somebody
I was still doing eBay stuff on that printer.
Okay, got you. Okay.
So because I was like, I just got this thing. I need to learn how to use it. There's a whole trial and error stage.
You were explaining the soak aspect of when it's still wet and drying it up.
Yep.
Gotcha. So you're still doing the culture project, still doing like sports, the
eBay,
rap,
trending stuff.
Got you. Okay.
And I'm like, hey, if I'm gonna learn this printer, I need to learn it on eBay customers. Yeah. And I mean, those customers weren't getting good quality stuff. You know, if I could send everybody on eBay back in the day a free shirt right now, I will.
Right. Shout out to everybody.
I hope you got some emails, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody on eBay. That shirt, but that
his email's right here. No, I'm just.
But I mean, like it was. Like it happens.
It's the growing pains.
It's the growing pains. Like, you got to get where you're going regardless. And I didn't do any trial and error on people that like I could shake hands with. And
rightfully so. Yeah,
rightfully so. Like, if I knew you and you were a friend and you owned a business and you needed something like, hold up, I'm still figuring this out.
If you're online, you're technically trying to save $1 anyway.
That's honest, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's honest.
So you was like, I'm going to get the shirt. It's okay if I can only use it once or twice because you're trying to get the best bang for your buck at that moment online. It's very different than somebody coming to you from a business like, yo, I need these shirts because this is merchandise from my store. This is this and that, yada, yada. So I like that.
Mm-hmm. And at the time, like I did feel guilty in the sense of like, yo, you giving people garbage.
There's still be half the bottle of Josh was here.
On eBay, like you selling people stuff that's gonna crack and get destroyed after one wash. But then I was like, you paying $12 for a shirt? What the fuck? What you expect?
Yeah, see, now that was my next. Like, what was your price point? Now, if you're paying like $12,
yo, you paying $12 getting
free shipping.
Yeah.
What do you want, man? Like, wear it out. Where you going?
Right.
You know, just call it a day. But I had really good feedback. That was the crazy part.
Okay.
Because after they got the shirt, when you looking at it and you holding it, it's like, yo, it's a nice shirt. But after you wash it, different story.
Oh, I like that. So you put like a little
thing.
You said, hey, just take a picture before putting it on so I can see it.
No, I didn't get into that. It was
That's what I would have been doing.
But I did leave I would put a flyer in all the bags. I was like, if there's anything wrong with the shirt, give me the opportunity to fix it before you leave me feedback.
Right. Okay.
You left me feedback before you washed it. I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Right. No, I like that. Okay.
I do got a little guilty conscience in that sense. Life goes on, man.
Yeah, man. Of course. So on top of you have the Queens Bully affiliation. Once you got into we'll get to how we're in this awesome shop eventually. But when you were in the garage, you were doing Queens Bully stuff. Where I see you got a lot of Mr. Throwback in here, which is one of my favorite.
That's what I say. I see the 100 Order Club.
This is like
Mr. Throwback.
Fire, man. Like Mr. Throwback, like shout out to Steph. He's a long-time fan of the show and guest of the show. He's been on the show twice already.
Yeah.
You know, shout out to guest. He's the one.
Should be
Steph.
more.
He put me on to the Mr. Throwback stuff. So
I think our episode we were talking about throwbacks and NFT throwbacks.
We were talking about, and we're actually going to get into that a little later too. We're talking about the best jerseys. We're talking about the best jerseys. So we're talking about. So we're definitely going to get into that stuff. But yeah, Mr. Throwback has a lot of stuff that like I love to wear. You know what I mean? So how did you land that account and how did that come about?
All right. So before we were in the garage. I was still in the basement. Instagram is on its way up. 2016, Instagram's still on the rise.
Well, of course.
People are still posting like their smoothie that they got for lunch.
Yeah, right. That shit was an actual post, not a story.
Yeah, exactly. It's on a feed like you
Chipotle today.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
exactly. Like that's still going on.
Keto.
Yeah.
That was me.
I came across Throwback's page and like because I'm actually interested in sports and vintage and nostalgia and all that type of stuff. So
90s fashion was the best in my opinion. You know what I mean? So
and back then, 2016, he had 50K followers.
Which back then, that shit was like $1 million now, bro.
Yeah.
Easy.
Realistically.
Easy.
Yeah, and I took a screenshot of his page. It's not on my phone, but it's on my Mac at home. And I took a screenshot, and I was like, when I get this printer, I'm going to hit up Mr. Throwback. And I'm going to hit him up, and I'm going to work with Mr. Throwback. Because I knew that, like, we had the same mind frame as far as, like, the nostalgia, as far as 90s fashion, 90s hip-hop, 90s sports, New York culture, and everything that kind of comes with that. And I was like, we're one and the same, and when the time is right, I'm going to hit him up, and we're going to work. And now I could text him right now. I could call him right now, and I'm sure he'll do. If I was flat on the side of the road, he'd come get me and same for him. Like
that's awesome, man. That's awesome. That's an awesome relationship.
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. I consider him a brother, and honestly, like we learned so much dealing with Mr. Throwback, and I'll do anything for his customer. His store. We do a lot for him. We print and ship out shirts for him every single.
Is he very meticulous? Like in terms of what he wants and how he wants it.
He's not afraid to tell you nah. If you're throwing an idea at him, and he's like, nah, he'll just hit you back like nah. And I really respect that because he knows his customer better than I do. He's got the store. He's got people walking in. He's in the city.
I think the most successful business relationships are the ones where you can tell somebody, yo, I think we should do that. You know how many times I come up with topics and these guys are like, nah, that's not it. That's boring. Nah, that's repetitive.
That's it.
And that's that. And that builds.
I don't do that.
I can already see by just you guys setting up, like, you bouncing ideas off each other.
Yeah, no,
you guys respect each other. And
well,
1,000%. Nothing gets shut down.
He's always like, this is like, he's the battery that makes this go. And he'll always say, this is our show. He'll always say, this is our show. Every time I'll be like, well, we should do this and we should do that. And he'll just be like, no, it's our show. So, like, that relationship that you had, that you sound like you had with Mr. Throwback, even with Sue at Queens Bully, that's like a good, you know what I mean? That's a solid, healthy relationship. What it sounds like. So that's why any other accounts that you want to talk about or shout out, or that you. Cause I've seen stuff for the MTA. I've seen stuff for the schools. Like, those are dope.
They're good accounts, and I those accounts are what keep the longevity of the shop to where it's scalable, because the school, that they're going to order their T-shirts in the spring, they're going to order their hoodies in the fall, they're going to order their beanies in the winter. You could forecast, you could foreshadow.
The business of school is never going to stop.
Exactly. It's never going to stop.
It's never going to stop.
Opposed to the person that that might DM us on Instagram or go to our website and fill out our quote request form, and they have a brand, and they might.
Now, I never think about the other side.
They don't think about the other side. Like, hey, I'm going to order 100 shirts from Constant Crate Shop, 100 hoodies and hats from Constant Crate Shop, but you got to sell those.
Right.
You got to go hustle and you got to go flip those right now. So then, from a business standpoint, from us, we got to count on that customer to go out and flip those 100 hats, flip those 100 shirts, and if they don't, they're never going to come back to us.
Right.
So then we're spending more ad money. We're spending more investing and getting a new customer because we have to count on them to sell what they bought from us the first time.
Yeah, because if not, now you're rebuilding another relationship with another person. It's a fresh start every time.
With people like the MTA and schools and small businesses like Queens Bully, Tula Bagels, shout out to them.
Shout out to Tula Bagels.
Oh, Tula Bagels is on here too?
Tula Bagels. He's got 48 shirts right now.
The hoodies and the hoodies that I had that I wore on the show before, the tanks and all that stuff is all from here, man.
Shout out to Tula Bagels. Honestly, you got me to show my face for the first time. The only place I show my face is Tula Bagels to get breakfast. My French toast bagel with 2 eggs. And here, man.
Well, I will say though that you were gonna do jerseys for my basketball team, and that was gonna be a smaller order. But I remember when I talked to him, he's like, "Nah, I got you. You're Kevin's cousin. I got you." So he did look out. But what happened was when I went to the school and I was like, "Okay, well, my guys are they're gonna be juniors this year." So I'd like them to have a jersey for their junior and senior year, and I want them to have something nice because, the CYO jerseys are like, they're trash, right? We all play ball.
They were made on the printer that he used to have before.
The one in the
with the fucking Michael's printing paper. Yeah.
The Michael's printing
that
paper.
one, right? So the guy who runs the program was like, well, if you make it for your team, you have everybody first grade to 8th to 7th grade has to have it as well too. And I was like, well, I'm not doing that. I'm doing this for my guys. You know what I mean? I wanted my guys. So that's why. I will say that, like, DJ, as far as, like, if, I'm not telling people that they can just reach out directly for just 12 jerseys, but I'm saying, cool. But you have looked out for, if it's a good cause, and when I told you what it was for, you were like, 100%. Even if I wasn't Kevin's cousin, you were like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I'm all for
it's
it.
For it's for the school, it's for your team. So that shouts to you for that, you know what I mean?
Appreciate
so, like, we definitely had that, So, and shout out to that guy that didn't let me make the jerseys. I had a fire design. I had Edgar helping me with it, too.
Bro, you should have just been like, yo, listen, man, if you want that, then get the school to fucking put the fund up.
Those are hard orders to put together because, like, the jerseys and stuff like that, they're different numbers, different names on the back. And it's like, when those orders come in, you have to actually, like, you don't just put the jersey on the printer and just put number 12. Like, it starts at the computer. It starts in Photoshop. You got to save the file. You got to put the file in a place where whoever's printing the actual order can access the file. Right. It's got to be organized for them. It's got to be, when it's sent to the printer to actually print the file, it's got to be sized correctly. Wow, Like, so much shit goes into this.
How big is your team?
Okay, so right now I think there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's like 7 of us.
Nice.
At one point, we were at like almost 20.
Really?
At one point.
Wow.
Yeah, we were at like almost 20 at one point, and we scaled down. Shout out to everybody that's ever worked here. Like, we love and appreciate everybody that's ever worked here, but like, this, we don't want people here that think of this as just like, hey, I'm going to show up here late. I'm going to show up here whenever I want. I'm going to show up here and do whatever I want. Yeah. I'm going to show up here and not pay attention to what I'm doing. Like, we make custom things. Like, sometimes it's repetitive work. You know, we're get an order of 100 shirts, 50 shirts, 100 hats, and it's like you're putting the same. Like they run 6 at a time.
Yeah.
You know, if you're running an order of 100, like how many times you really running those 6 hats?
Yeah.
You know, to get to 100.
Right.
Get your pep. You got to pay attention and know what you're doing.
Of course.
There's people put shit on backwards and like, yo, you lose money quick.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
You lose money fast.
You lose accounts. You lose all.
Especially with a bulk order, you are giving a person a discount.
You're giving a person a discount. This is quantity-based stuff, right? So, like, in this industry, the nature of what we do, like, you lose money fast.
You need people that take pride in their work.
You got to take pride in your work, and you got to actually love what you do. Like, the people that are here right now are actually creatives.
Yeah.
They're people that are
we were talking about that before.
Earlier. Like, they're people that are creatives. They're people that are into art. They're people that are passionate about art. Like, and when we first came in here and we had 20 people in here, like, there was people in here that were just looking to come and get a job and get a paycheck. And I don't want people here like that. You know, shout out to them. Like, yo, thank you for, I appreciate, coming here and helping us.
Of course.
Yeah.
All part of the
It's
process,
not what I'm looking for. It's not the long-term vision, and it's all, at the end of the day, it's not about me. I'm not the be-all, end-all. It's about the customer, and the customer's got to get what they order from us. You know, like there was people that we do inside tags, we do branding. The inside of these hoodies, it's got the little cup with the L.
It has the cup with the size on it, so it's very distinct. You know what you get in. I love it.
Details, like and somebody
it's a differentiating factor, bro.
I have to separate myself. The company has to separate itself from the shop that is open from 9 to 5 down the block. That kind of does this because it was a business that was maybe handed down to them.
I see it.
Generational business. Like, this isn't the type of shop that we do that. Like, we do. I got into this because I love making things, and there was people that worked here that put those size tags like upside down. Like, you're just not paying attention to what you do.
That shit would drive Teddy nuts.
If you love what you did,
please.
You know what I mean?
You're not putting inside tags.
You're not doing that. You know what I mean? Because you gotta make, like, if I was doing something, like if I do something for and anything like work, like I'm thinking like how would I want somebody to hand this over to me? You know what I mean? And I guess when you don't feel like something's yours or you're not passionate about it, you're just gonna do whatever. Like I said, you're just here for a check.
Yeah.
But what you were telling me before, where you have guys here that like do little like side projects or they have their own stuff. I think that's commendable by you, by allowing them to use this platform or this shop to do that stuff. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like you're providing like jobs for these guys, but not only
job, and I give you an outlet for your dream.
100%, because one day that guy is gonna want to have what you have right now. You know what I mean? And then so now, but like he'll always come back and be like, yo, but I started from this guy right here. You know what I mean? He could end up being the next Ronnie Feig. You know what I mean? You never know. That guy's a dope-ass designer for Kid the Supreme or something like that. But, loyal people will always remember, like, yo, I was working here, though. You know what I mean? I was here with DJ, so I think
and
DJ
that's
dope, man.
treated me right. And
right.
DJ treated me like, he was part of, I was part of the team.
And it always feels better when you work at a place where you feel like you're a part of the team. When you make your employees feel like they're part of the team, like, and not excluded and like, okay, I'm here and you're here. You can't beat that, man.
This is part of the team. There's nobody in that works in the shop that if they needed a favor, life, family, whatever the case may be, they can call me anytime around the clock, and I will be there for them. And they all know that. And I really firmly believe that they all know that. And
that's so important in business, man. Culture. I have that conversation constantly. I'm in business, right? So my circle is usually other business owners. And, when I hear complaints that they make about certain employees and something, I'm like, did you let them know when they got to your company that this is how you operate and this is what you're looking for and this is what the outset, like what the actual goal, because there's a goal, right? You can't
vision.
And the vision, it has to be in tune. So if a person doesn't know that, right, you can't get mad at them. Nope. But you also have to do a better job when hiring. Yeah, the culture of this place, there's a good book called Traction. And Traction speaks on that. It speaks on, if everybody is on the same page, if everybody knows what your vision is, and you make them a part of that vision, like Teddy just said.
Harmony. Yeah.
It becomes so much symbiotic because now this ain't about me.
It's not.
This vision is this is what we're going for. I don't feel like doing it today, but guess what? This is the vision.
That's true leadership, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's funny that you bring that up, the leadership point, because I had to learn that, and I'm still learning that. I don't really consider myself that. I didn't put a printer down in the basement, get in my business partner Joe's garage. Like, I'm going to lead everybody to the fucking promised land and into the sunset and all that
You got to hang
shit.
out with, like, Dame Dash for, like, 20 minutes. He's going to be like, DJ, you are a boss. You're a boss. You know what I mean?
Like, that wasn't what was on my mind, you know? But then when you come in here and you start with 20 employees and you work your way down to 18s, to 14s, to 7, it's like we're at.
You think you're at a good amount right now?
We're at a solid amount right now.
Nice.
We're a smaller team, but we're the most efficient and best team that we've ever been.
Common goal.
Yeah.
Common goal. Yeah, and it took time to really figure that all out because I didn't know that. Like you work at the car dealership, like you're not trained to be a leader. You're trained to be a salesman.
You're told you're part of a team, but realistically, everybody is for self.
Yeah.
The day you miss the day,
You're trying to hit your
not
numbers,
there,
right?
and your customer comes in, they're getting sold, and you're lucky if you're put on the back.
Yeah, you look back end. Yo, he knows. Yo, the
lucky.
back end, 50-50. Yo, you're on the back end of the deal.
If they do it.
If they do it.
Because sometimes even like the finance manager will know, yo, I spoke to this guy like 3 days ago with Contreras, but all right, yeah, da-da-da. Come in, nobody tells you anything.
Yeah.
Nobody tells you
Until you're doing follow-up calls 3
Ladies
days
and
before the end of the
gentlemen,
month.
Follow-up.
I'm outnumbered by 2 car salesmen.
Yo, it's such a cutthroat business. And, yo, I didn't really like it because there was – the manager always used to tell me, like, yo, if you don't take that money, the guy handed down the block is going to take it.
Yeah, that's the mindset.
Wow, are you
That's
serious?
the mindset. Yo, it's a shark mindset.
Yeah.
Yo, it's a shark mindset.
But you know what, though?
They came here to spend.
You guys
Yep.
needed that experience.
Shout out to Boss Lady. My old
Yeah.
manager actually lives here. She's from this area, so.
New Hyde Park, Long Island, yeah.
I love her, man. I
Yo,
love her. She
yo.
taught me so much, though.
They
Like you
taught me
said.
so much, man. And I respect that shark mindset because, like, that's the same mindset I still have now. Like, yo, I leave when I'm done.
Actually, you know what? That's good because that, even if you look at, well, let's get into brunch banter. In terms of, we took the not happy job, right? Not the dream job in order to fund our dream job sooner than later. So but Chetty, enlighten us with the brunch banter question.
The question was basically, would you rather stay at a job that you're going to be financially set, like, you know, you're going to make a lot of money, or would you rather have your dream job but just have enough for food, utilities, and rent, right? Now, we all have, like, in my opinion, there is no wrong answer to this. Like, I got a lot of funny-ass answers. I'm going to read them off. I'll start with my answer. I was like, I think I said I'll be miserable in my mansion. That's what I said. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't feel that's a wrong answer. Would I rather be at this would be like a dream job of mine. You know what I mean? And we're getting this already. So I already know. You know what I mean? But at the same time, because it doesn't feel like work. But, you know, I do have that. I can't even say 9 to 5. I have a 9 to 12 because I work until 12 a.m.
You don't have.
You know what I mean? I don't have a 9
hours
to 5.
off.
Yeah,
bro. You don't leave the
Joshua and I have like a 9 to 12 a.m.
Yes.
You know what I mean? We grind, and I know that in order for me to make the salary that I make, I have to work these amount of hours,
Put
and
those hours in.
not only that, but I have to keep the lights on for like the place that I work at. Like, I have to make sure that I'm pulling my weight, because somebody else is going to be making more money, and then when it's time for them to cut bonuses at the end, to cut bonus checks at the end of the year, I want to make sure mine's is. So I don't know if it's my life experiences has made me train for that. You know what I mean? Like I said, I don't think there's any wrong answer, because some of the answers and we'll read off some of them. I just want to hear y'all answers first.
Yeah.
But some of the people that were saying, like, you know, I'll be miserable for a little bit, and, you know, it'll fund my passion later. You know what I mean? That's easier said than done. And why I say that is because, you know, I'll see, you know, and this is something I want to get better at, but I'll be like, all right, well, damn, man, I got paid this. This is pretty cool. Like, I've never gotten paid. It took me a long time to get where I'm at.
Yeah.
But then I'm kind of like, but I'm kind of selling myself a little short because there's so many other things that I want to do creatively, or my dream job. You know what I mean? So, but I think, like, there you go. That stops me right there. But you know what, though? Nah, this steady checking this 401k is popping. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, you know, because I don't know if it's like a culture thing, or you just taught that when you're
the
as a younger
security.
person.
You can't.
That's what it is. Security. It's comfortability.
Right. So it was like a would you rather, or, you know, like scenario type of thing and stuff like that. So it was one of those things. And I respect the people that said, nah, I'm good with just making enough to pay my rent. Not for the little extras and stuff like that. You know, they don't need the extras. I do, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, but you know yourself.
And I
that's
know myself. You know
that's
what I mean?
why
I need
there is no wrong answer.
Yeah, there's no wrong answer. But I appreciated the folks that said, nah, I want my dream job. And I remember feeling like, damn, I it makes you question yourself. So, you know.
Yeah, and it should. I think that's the like when you even mentioned what the question was going to be, I loved it. Because I'm big on those deep questions. I'm big on those deep life questions. I'm somebody that initially chased my dream, which was
I'm sorry, man. I had some zingers before that. That was sucked. This one was good. Had some shitty ones.
Thank God this one came out. You inspired this one, so it worked out.
You inspired it. After we had that conversation Friday night. Yep.
Yeah, I chased the dream, right? Like, I went to school for recording engineering because I wanted to be in music. I'm a singer. I'm a rapper. I'm a producer. I've done it all since I was 5 years old.
This box here is built from scratch, by the way. I have no one knows what the fuck this guy just did. This guy's like a genius when it comes to shit like this. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
But it's true. I went and got my degree in recording
engineering. He said, nah, but it's true. I said, yo, this guy's a genius. He goes, nah, but it's true.
Yeah, I respect it, yo.
I love me some me. I ain't gonna lie.
I love you some me.
Joshua, we miss you.
Yeah, Josh is the guy that humbles me.
Yeah.
Yo, you need those friends. They don't let you get too high.
That's even worse. It's blood.
You need those friends, blood. You need those people that help.
Dude, I came from quick story. I came from Dominican Republic when I was like 4.5 years old. I didn't turn 5 yet, and I lived in Joshy's grandmother's house on the second floor, but he was just born. Like, he was 88, and he was just born, and I remember carrying him my arms. My mom is crazy giving a 4-year-old a fucking 2-month-old. But, yeah, so I carried him in.
Oh, shit, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
What?
And she's like.
This explains so much. This explains so much. Sorry, Josh. This explains so much.
Yeah. I mean, but before I dropped him, I was just like, yo. This is my cousin.
Yo, my bad for being so dumb. It's my fault. I dropped you.
But, so back to what I was saying before. So I chased the music dream, right? And I spent 3 years after college. I remember interning at different studios, right? I was interning at this studio, and the one that I finally landed on, I interned there for 2 years. And while on the side, I got into real estate. My sister's an attorney. She told me, "Look, get into real estate, do this and that." And I was doing real estate to pay the bills, right? But I was chasing the music dream. And when I finally was for a position. So, mind you, I'm doing the chief engineer's job. Chief engineer was getting $45 an hour. This is 2007. So, in my mind, I was like, yo, once I get locked in here, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
By 2009, they were like, yo, we got a position for you. Da-da-da-da. I was like, oh, it's what's up? Starts at $7.25 an hour. And I was just like, what? Mind you, I was doing his job so that he could still be home. There were times he wouldn't come in.
Yeah.
He'd be like, yo, I got this session from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Handle it. Like, I got you, blah, blah, blah. But at this point, it left a bad taste in my mouth, and I said, yo, I got to get paid. Yeah. I went and really focused on real estate. Then some debacle happened, and that's how I ended up in the car biz in 2011, right? Because I didn't want to do it, but my best friend, Diana, she was like, yo, you're good at sales, bro. You sold houses. You can't sell cars. I'm like, two different ball games, bro.
No, but you're a talker, though. You're a people person.
But, and that's
people
what it was.
Buy people.
No. That was my – that changed my –
true.
At first, I was trying to sell cars, bro. And it wasn't until somebody pulled me aside and said, yo, no one gives a fuck about the cars. Be Handsome, the one that talks about the Jets. Be Handsome, the one that fucking talks about the Mets and the Timberwolves and your niece and your nephew.
When we first met back like in 2012, 2013, I remember when you told me like what you did for a living, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Because like, yo, he makes you feel like I met him the first time I met him. I just felt like, all right, I'm comfortable here. You know what I mean? Like, this is cool. And that's what you want as a salesman, no?
Thank you, man.
Yeah.
That's 90% of it.
But that's what I'm saying. So I did that, and in that time, I kept falling because I kept trying to do my dream job on the side. That's why to the people that say, hey, listen, take the money and then do your dream, it's very difficult, bro. Once that money starts coming in and you're in a full focus job, it's very difficult to really separate yourself unless you really fucking want it.
What you have to basically do is have that reserve to where once I jump ship, I got that reserve already saved as cushion to last me the 6 months to 12 months.
I think that plan is excellent. But I think what happens to some folks is that when they get to that point where like, nah, I'm consistent with this couple of $1,000s coming in like every 2 weeks, it's like, damn, I like when you first get that, yo, it's not coming in on the regular. I think that's what's hard for them to like. To live with. You know what I mean? Like, it's easier said than done. You know what I mean? Which your plan is the plan. That's the plan. Stack up, and then go think. But like
that takes discipline.
But big time discipline. You know what I mean? Because like, look the sacrifices you made, like not making any money for that first year.
More than the first year, bro. And it's the discipline,
and it continues.
It's like it's not giving a fuck about keeping up with the Joneses. Okay. You know what I mean? Like
I'm sure today you take L's.
All the time.
You have to
every single day, yo. Like it's
to fund the dream.
Yeah, to fund it, the long-term vision of it all. Like it's not.
So what would you answer to the question? Question be: would you rather would you rather have the job that you hate and make all this money, or would you rather? And I don't want to put it like that because I think it puts it in a negative light.
It does.
You know what I mean? Because I think a lot of people were like, nah, like I think they took it for like
it makes them question themselves, right?
Right.
It's like I a sellout.
I didn't at all. I was like, nah, I like the extra shit. I'm good.
Nah, there were a few people that were just like, no,
right. But or would you rather like do what you love, your dream job, and just kind of like, but you have enough for rent. Enough for whatever the minimum. You know what I mean?
I get it. I did that.
Okay.
I really did that. Like when we were in the basement, still working at the dealership, had enough money to fund the printer, and then moved from the basement to the garage with my business partner Joe right now, and I didn't have a job. I just was living off savings, and
so this was your career.
Yeah, I just didn't care. You just got to not care about anybody thinks. Just zone out. Just tunnel vision, straight tunnel vision. Like, this is what I'm going for. I see what I see, and nobody else sees what I see. But that's not my problem. I'm going for what I'm going for, and see me in 5 years. See me in 10 years. And 5 years goes by fast, man. Like
you could probably ask a lot of people that they didn't picture. Like when I showed up to the shop, I remember being like, yo, I was blown away. Like when I saw like the first. If you had shown me that machine, I would have been like, yo, DJ, you doing your thing. But when you show me there's more, like upstairs, I remember being like, what the fuck? Like you go upstairs, it's like, yo, it's like you got a whole office, a whole breakout room. Like, he got his own office and I don't want to give too much of what, people know.
Nah, it's cool,
shit.
Man.
You know what I mean? But like, no, this is a dope place, man. Like, you're really doing it, man. It's just good to see a dude from the neighborhood, Queens dude, just putting on, just doing his thing. And like, yo, that's so. I didn't mean to cut off your answer. So you were saying you'll take the dream job.
And it's crazy because like when I think of dream job, I think of like playing in the league. Like being in the NBA, and that's what you're thinking and dreaming. Middle school and freshman year in high school.
1,000%.
But
I was supposed to be on stages, bro.
Yeah, like this isn't the dream job. Yeah. But like I love what I do though.
Right. It never feels like work.
Yeah, it never feels like
work.
But
it is your new dream.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah, you're not allowed to like have like one dream. By the way,
like you have more than one dream.
100%.
So like like I did that. Like there was times where I feel like I was taking enough to just pay the bills or less or just not at all. I was just using savings to just pay car payment, pay all my bills. Like, and it was just eventually the funds get low. The funds are now, so fuck. Like, all right, like you got to really start hustling now, and you just keep going from there. But you put your back against the wall for the long term vision of it all, and it's not about right now. It's about 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and so many people can only see the short term. Like they want to put they think that success is I'm gonna put the work in and I'll get the success, but it's a never ending process. It doesn't end.
Yeah.
It doesn't end.
Are you still in love? You sound like you are, but are you still in love with the process? Like is the process
the process is the whole thing.
Yeah.
The process is never ending. Like you're figuring this stuff out every single day. It's not you're never gonna wake up, come to the shop. I'm gonna leave at 9 o'clock at night, midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and be like, oh, I figured it out.
I'm still trying to establish that. I'm still trying to like with this or any other thing that I'm working on the outside. I'm very like, I need like, why is this not happening yet? And I'm still
it's happening right now.
But I'm not realizing
you
it.
have to realize that right now. It's happening right now.
Yeah. No,
like this is awesome. Right now. Like this is happening right now.
Yeah.
And what the real thing that I feel like DJ's opinion, DJ's train of thought is like, in my mind, I see further out. So I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be. Like I feel like I'm not there yet because in my mind I see way further out. In my mind I see this whole place filled with machines.
Nice.
But like when I was in the basement I saw this.
Right.
When the basement I saw one of these machines.
Keeps growing. Maybe you'll see two of these now.
Growing. It just keeps growing.
Right.
So I never actually catch up with my imagination.
That's how it should be, bro.
Yeah. You never catch up with your imagination. And that's what people never really leech onto and actually realize that you're never going to catch on to your imagination because Once you get to B, you're going to see C. Once you see C, you're going to see D.
Well,
and it doesn't stop.
If you don't stop dreaming. Because a lot of people get thrown off, right? Like,
thrown off,
this life ain't fun sometimes, bro.
It's not. It's lonely, bro. It's lonely.
Especially that.
Everybody wants to throw CEO and entrepreneur and this and that in their Instagram bio and this and say, I run my own business. Come get these fucking owner rents. Come get these CEO fucking payrolls.
Right,
Come get these fucking nights in here when you by yourself till 1 o'clock in the morning and fucking freeze.
I said it last episode.
No one sees the losses, or if like 2 people got COVID, knock on wood. That's 2 people down. You don't have 2 workers you don't have. And right now, that's a normal thing now. You know what I mean? Yeah. No one sees that.
Come get these problems. It's not all fucking glory. It's not all, hey, I fucking got the brand new fucking Mercedes and BMW. That's not the fucking life.
That's not a corny cliche.
Not at all.
Or a great rap song, more money, more problems. No, that shit is really true.
Real,
the
man.
more, and that's the thing, like, I've tried to, like, instill that in, like, my nephews, like, when I talk to them, and I'm like, the more money you make, the harder the job that you have. Like, don't like. I think like he had like a professor tell him like, you shouldn't do this because it's too hard to get into. And I'm like, it's supposed to be though, because if you want to be average, sure, no problem. But they're gonna pay you average. But now if you want to make dough, you have to be. It's gonna be a harder. Like, why would I pay somebody a lot of money? You know what I mean? This ain't George Jetson. You know what I mean? I'm dating myself. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you're talking about, but
George Jetson press a button to get paid mad bread. That's all he did all day.
Man.
You know what I mean? So
listen, that's what you're doing. You're solving a problem.
Yeah,
that's it.
Right? You're solving a need, so to speak. Right? Like people want to be able to rock their favorite artist, their favorite rapper, their favorite basketball player, whatever, a moment in their history that changed their lives. And you're putting it on a garment where they can show everybody, like, this is what I rap. Look, these sweaters, bro, like, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
This shit's going to stink because I'm going to wear it day after day. All winter,
I'm wearing like next week when it's like 90 to the beach. I'm going to ask you, what's good? I want to read Josh. He couldn't be here today, but I wanted to read his answer because his answer was really good.
No show, no go. So let's, I'm not fucking with you. By the way, man, you're right, though. Ever since you're here, like,
before I lose my train of thought, when you just said that, it came to mind. The people that want to fulfill their vision and their idea and their brand and their dream in that sense, people don't know where to go, right? Like if you go on Google and you search screen printing companies, you'll find mad screen printing companies. You'll find embroidery shops. You'll find a place where you can go and be like, hey, I want 24 shirts, 36 shirts for my pizzeria. Here's my logo, and they'll run a job for you. And chances are that business is like generational, hand down. They started it, and they're pushing that press to get paid on Friday.
Yeah.
And what we do here, what makes us different is that it's coming from a passion standpoint and not a check standpoint. And you could see by what you're wearing right now that, like, if you go on Google and you go to the local screen print shop, you're not going to get this. They're not going to say, yo, I could think about this.
You're like a creative director?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And they're just going to be like, send me your artwork, send me your logo. Okay, where do you want it? There's 2 locations you can put it. You can put it on the left chest or you can put it on the full front. Where do you want it? They're not like,
you could have given us a shirt that said purple cups and champagne, and I would have been like, wow, man, thank you so much.
That's right.
You're saying that, and I actually have hoodies for my real estate company, Contreras Rain. It's just a big logo.
That's it.
Right in the center.
That's it. That's all you're going to get.
Yo, my pocket ID is fire, though. Yo, people like that shirt.
Yeah, 100%.
I got to give you one of our old shirts. Yeah, he paid for them. But I just want to read our cast member Josh's, our host, co-host Josh. So dream job or a job I hate? He said, nah, man, I'm trying to come home, and I'm not trying to come home and be miserable with my kids. Plus, what if the reason I hate my job is because I can't be around my kids. So Josh is very family oriented, and that's a big thing for him. And I know at the job that I work at, I'm not going to say the actual place, but I know a lot of people that, like, the pandemic showed me a lot.
They have the same position.
They were like, they were finding reasons to come into the office, and I'm like, yo, there's a pandemic. Like, why are you going to the office? I know why. Because your wife and your kids are home. Because you don't get that 12-hour getaway from them in the office during the week. So, like, they were miserable at home. Where, like, there's some guys that actually like being around their family and, like, want it. So, like, Josh, I'm taking Josh's answer, and I don't want to answer for him, but it sounds like he's like, you know what? Nah, I'm good with just making what I need to make, but because the time that I have with my kids, you can't ever get
Well,
that.
Work-life balance.
You can't ever get that
He
back.
experienced that.
Yeah.
If you look at it,
he's experiencing
when
it right now.
His son was born in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right, like February 22nd of 2020.
2 weeks later, the world ended.
Boom. And thank God he had like paternal leave and all that stuff because he worked at a hospital. But he knew what it was like to be able to be there for your kid while all this shit is going on.
Right.
And it wasn't like, and I'm not putting his business out there, he'll admit it, it wasn't a high-paying job, but it allowed him to be the father.
Right.
It means a lot to people.
And he was like, yo, I'll take I don't need that bread.
That's it.
If I could be with my family, yo, this is the dream job because it's allowing me to do this right now when we just had this kid. So, yeah.
A lot of people we had a lot of good answers, some funny answers and stuff like that. Most people were saying that give me the dream job as long as I got enough to put a roof over my head, have food. The folks that said that they wanted to
Get the money.
They were like, I'll get the money, but then I will use that money to fund my dream later. That's always easy. Like I said, again, it's easier. It's easier said than done. You know what I mean? It's easier said than done. But like I said, there's no wrong answer to it. You know what I mean? Because then there was also some people that was like, nah, I got 2 baby mothers and I got 3 kids. I need as much money as I can get because I got to take care of all of them.
I get that too.
You know how much Jordans cost? And I was cracking up. There were a lot of good answers. Shout out to everybody that participated. You know what I mean? I thought it was dope. We had like 70-something answers, yo. So that's pretty
I
good.
noticed
Like that people like, yeah.
By the way,
I couldn't get
all of that.
I couldn't get to like everybody.
You swipe it through 'em.
Yeah. I couldn't get to everybody's, And if you just said dream job, I didn't repost your shit. You know what I mean? Like give me a reason. You know what I mean? Give me a dream job. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean?
So to you, Chris.
Yeah. No, he actually, I think he gave something good. Yeah, he was like, I got babies or something like that.
I got babies. And it's like, yo.
Nah, he don't know what he said because we just changed his mind. He's like, damn, I might want to take the dream job and not the bread. You said dream job? Okay, you said dream job?
The dream job is like in your mind, in your imagination, but like a lot of people don't understand. Like people that work for companies and I feel like a 9-to-5 job, a 9-to-6 job is like so. It's not frowned upon. Like you just because you don't like your job or you hate your job doesn't mean you're cut out to be an operator. Doesn't mean you're cut out to be an entrepreneur. And I hate that fucking word entrepreneur. I hate the word CEO. Yeah. I hate all those words.
Saturated.
Yeah, like you'll never see me state anywhere in my IG bio.
I don't know what to call myself at times because of that.
Yo, and it's crazy because you'll never hear me call myself CEO. You'll never hear me call myself fucking owner. Like, I don't own this building. I pay fucking rent every month. What the fuck you mean owner? Like, I don't own shit. Right? Like, and I was sending out like an email blast one day. And I had to title the signature. I did the whole email signature thing up. Like, there's a picture of me, Instagram. You could click the Facebook, all that shit.
Nice.
And I was like, I got to fucking title myself something, right? And like, I was like, I'm not CEO. I'm not owner. I didn't like. And I put founder. Like, that's the only word that I came up with that I'm just like humble enough to just be okay
but
saying.
Time out. If I didn't know you, right? If we didn't know each other beforehand, right? And you came up to me at the mixer, and you're like, "Hey, I'm DJ, the founder of." Actually, no, it doesn't sound too bad.
Yeah, like yo, founder, like yo. Don't
I just thought about that. I was like, you said founder today, but actually now I said it out.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
It is different. Like,
that's not bad. Yeah.
I actually named myself vice president of my business because I don't want to be CEO, president, owner. Like, I'm just like, I'm the vice president. I work for Penelope Contreras, which is my daughter.
Yo, she's a 7-year-old CEO.
and honestly, no one knows.
And honestly, I've been on the phone with her. I've heard her in the background. She will be a CEO of some company one of these days. That girl can talk. Yes, so apple didn't fall far from the tree.
Well, yeah, man. It's uncomfortable. I'm with you.
Did want to get into, I know we were talking about the sports memorabilia.
Because he wanted to play ball, so I thought about saying,
right? I know you're big. We see he actually has a basketball signed by Pippen, the second best and the second best player of all time, Michael Jordan, and he has the GOAT, LeBron James, number one basketball player of all time. We got some shots of those earlier. I don't know how you got both of those. That's fire. But what I kind of wanted to get into, like,
he collects memorabilia
sports,
and pays a lot of money.
Music, like fashion, like it's always gone hand in hand. You know what I mean? Who do you feel like has inspired like trends in fashion more? Do you feel like ball players do, or do you feel like rappers do? And I know rappers may be the easy answer, But there's more to it.
No, I know the real answer.
But go ahead. But I want to hear from DJ. I want to hear from Handsome. I want to hear from everybody.
All right. So the first thing that comes to mind, honestly, when you ask me that question, is like it's almost like a draw to me. Like I think like Allen Iverson, and then I think Dipset. Like I'm thinking Joel Santana.
It's not an easy answer.
It's not an easy answer at all. Like
right.
like the league changed because of Allen Iverson, because of what he was rocking in the tattoos and the jewelry and the jerseys and the oversized outfits and everything.
Like you're wearing a basketball player's shoe.
These are the LeBron. You know what these are?
These are LeBron.
These are the first generation, Air Zoom generation LeBrons. Like these are from 2000.
I didn't want to wear these Jordans. All I had at home.
Yo.
No, I'm just joking. Jordan Big Fire sneakers.
But then Dipset, all the Dipset with the big jerseys down to your knees, like they're the reason why.
That was a place. That was a moment in time.
There was a moment in time, and you can remember back to going to the Ave, 165th Street, the brick road, built on the Ave. Uptown to the back, $3 for $10 long tees down to your knees. Yo, me and Siraj used to go to
Galaxy tees.
Siraj, we knew you back in the day. We knew you back in the day, dog.
Shout out to Sue, man.
That's fire,
me and him fucking were always trying to get outfits for the new Jordans and shit like that.
I would love to see those pictures. Oh my God, I love to see those pictures.
Yo, we had camera phones back then.
Oh my God,
yo,
it would be crazy.
We had sidekicks back then. Sidekicks. Yeah.
Yo, sidekicks.
But there you go. So going back to my question, like, who do you think moves culture, fashion, like more? Do you feel like the ball players do, or do you feel like the rappers do?
Originally, I feel like it was originally first. The rappers, because they repped the athletes.
Yeah.
In a way.
Because all rappers want to be ball players and all ball players want to rap. Damian Lillard. He's actually nice.
Right? But then in the sense of like Dipset, always with the jerseys, the matching bandanas, they would rep the athletes.
Yeah.
But then when you go to the athlete side of it, like Darius Mile, Quentin Richardson, and Elton Brand wearing the backwards jerseys,
right, on the Slam cover,
on the Slam magazine, that was like a punch in the industry from a fashion standpoint. Like, I'm going to do what I want.
Yeah.
And Allen Iverson was there. Carmelo Anthony, when he got drafted in 2003, he was there with the Syracuse jersey, half white and half orange Syracuse jersey.
That was a moment. Yeah. But now you have like that same year.
Yeah.
Jay-Z told everybody, take all your jerseys off and wear a button up. Right. I was one of those assholes that wore a button up with a Yankee hat because Jay-Z told me to do it.
It looked good.
You know what I mean? It was
Let's
a vibe.
Be honest. Man.
It was a vibe, but. It was a moment in time, and it was because Hov said in the lyric, like, "Nah, we're not."
Athletes stop wearing their own jerseys and went and put a button up on.
And then they kind of can't. And I remember like there's a picture of like KG, Tim Duncan, and Kobe, and they all got long fucking.
I know what you're saying.
Yo, like, there's no way they make this material in real life, because the shit was like mad long, and the jeans are all big, and it was like Air Forces, and it was a moment. So it was like I think like on a short list, you would have to say Hov, obviously Kanye, and Dipset are really like they have the ability to say, nah, this ain't it, and this is it.
Yeah, people.
I don't think we have that, and I know I'm gonna sound old and dated and all that shit, but I don't think there's any more like I don't think if Little Baby or Da Baby or any of the babies that exist say, nah, we ain't doing this no more. I don't think anyone cares.
Nah.
Because
what do you think? Yeah, but I could be wrong, so I don't.
This is all subjective. This is your opinion. There's no right or wrong answer. This is a debate, right? This is
he thinks he's right the whole time. So he's looking at you and he's like, I know.
I'm listening. I already got the answer. I'm older than you guys.
This is what it is, right?
We are 1 year apart, but he treats me like we're 10 years apart. Go ahead. Yeah.
Because right now, there's multiple the baby, the Lil Baby, Lil Wayne.
There's a lot of Lils.
There's so many different rappers that it's just anybody could do whatever they want at this point. Back in the day, in the 90s, early 2000s, there wasn't such a variety and volume of influence from music.
Everybody still had their own style.
Everybody still had their own style. And Jay-Z was on the come up. Jay-Z was forming into the businessman and the billionaire that he is today. So he was in the process in his mind of, hey, I'm off the Spreewell jersey and I'm putting down a button up, but I still might rock my Yankee fitted. Yeah. Who's rocking with me? Right? Fucking when Drake says right now, I got all these followers, but who's following me to the end? Jay-Z's trying to fucking see, who's coming with me?
I fuck with Drake musically, but I don't think Like, and I'd probably have to ask my nephew
no style, bro.
Yeah, but I don't think my nephew's just saying, "Yo, Drake is wearing this, so I need to wear that."
Nah,
where like when we were that age, if like Hove, Cam, I like there's like I could probably name a few that I'm missing, but they were like, "Oh shit, they got that."
Because that's all there was.
I'm gonna rock that. So
that's all there was. Okay. Now there's Drake. Yeah. There's how many different fucking people there are that are just you go on Instagram, League Fits Instagram,
but it's also the way they
got
maybe it's the way maybe it's the way they wear their things, and I think like that's actually going into like another topic that honestly we didn't list this topic, but I wanted to ask you guys this question.
Shoot,
can you date a girl who can't dress?
Me? Dude, I would date old ladies. You think I can't date a girl who can't dress?
He date Miss Doubtfire.
A woman who can't dress. And this does not mean, and DJ, we had this conversation the other night, and it was funny because we were both laughing. Like, we were like, yo, you can have Louis Vuitton, Chanel, all that good shit. But if you don't know how to put it together correctly, you can look like a moron.
Bro, I got no fashion sense, right? And I know this, and I know it well enough, right? So that I can always... Yo, there's some shit that I rock sometimes that people don't realize is highly expensive. Yeah, but why don't they know?
Yeah.
Because it's me rocking it, right? Like,
and not only that, though, but it don't say Louis all
There's
big.
There's no
and
branding
dumb.
all
It's
over
more,
the place.
Right. It's more like,
subtle.
yo, it is a pair of Ferragamos, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you see that. So it's one of those.
Style is not the same thing as a brand, bro.
Right.
No.
But I think a way a woman carries herself is a big deal for me. Like, she has to be able to put it together. Like I want her to, because and maybe it's me chauvinistic, but you're a representation of me.
Yeah, you are.
It's true.
So, if I want you, if you do go outside, shape up.
Nah, yeah, I get it. And like
I've had both, so I can't say nothing. And you are right. I've had both, and I've always felt more comfortable with the one that can rep.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
and I'm not asking you to wear like the most expensive shit.
No, it's know how to rock it.
You don't rock it. Yeah,
it's all how you rock it.
I don't give a fuck if you shop at Target.
You could rock it. You could shop at the thrift shop. Like you could go
whatever
and get
you
shit
make
for
it pop.
Yo, you could go and get something for $4.99 at the thrift shop. At Hempstead next to Cherry Valley. And if you putting it together, if that brown is matching with the shade of brown that's on the bottom, then you're good. Like I'm not saying nothing. Who am I to fucking tell you what to wear? Like if you like it and it looks good, like by all means, do rock what you want to rock. But like. I think there's from my own DJ's opinion, female style, like you could tell if a girl is like more on the sophisticated side or more on like the streetwear side, because that's really kind of what it is.
Right.
So either sophisticated or streetwear is a little bit.
I'm mad shallow, bro. Like as long as she looks good and she got a fat ass, I'm like. All right.
Like, she got a Hanes tee on. The ass is crazy.
As long as once you're naked,
that is an important thing too. Yes,
I'm like, it is what it is.
Yo, that's funny.
Oh, man.
Ain't mad at that.
What's that? The shape up? Nah, that's what I gotta tell. That's what I'm saying. Yo, you ain't shape up today. Oh man. So we're at this beautiful shop. What's next? What's the next move?
I got a question, too, about this beautiful shop.
Yeah, go ahead.
Where do you see 3D printing? Do you see yourself being like, yo, you know what? Let's be the print shop that can make toys.
I got you.
That can do labeling on a bottle.
Yeah. So I can speak from experience in that sense, because when we were in the garage and we were in the process of getting out of the garage to move into here, a lot of people were asking us for stickers. Because I want to take stickers and I want to put them in, my T-shirt bags, my hoodie bags, my hat bags. Can I get that too? And we were like, people want stickers, but obviously when you're in a tiny garage, it's like, we don't got room for a sticker machine. A sticker machine is $25,000. It's like, it's just not feasible. It's not possible. When we move into a bigger place and we scale, we'll get the sticker machine. We came in here. The sticker machine came in the next day. We moved in here. We signed a lease. There was nothing in this fucking place. And the sticker machine rolls in. It gets installed in the back. And when I tell you it was probably on for less than 15 hours total, it was on for less than 15 hours total. And we sold it like maybe 2 weeks ago. Somebody came in to pick it up that had a shop in Rego Park that does wide format printing. And it was just like, honestly, like, it's a whole nother beast.
The money ain't there for you.
It's a whole nother beast. Like, it's a saturated market. You go on Instagram, people selling stickers for like 10 cents. Like, I don't want to sell stickers for 10 cents.
Right,
I just don't want to do it.
Because there really isn't much you can differentiate yourself in that.
Yeah, like I don't want to sell stickers for 10 cents. And that was kind of like stick to what you're good at. I'm good at making T-shirts. I'm good at being a creative director. I'm good at coming up with ideas. Yeah. I'm good at concept creating. Like that. That's where my strength is. Like I'm not interested in making cent stickers. And I took the loss on the printer. We sold the printer, and you take some losses on the way up, and it is what it is. Like
it's all part of your story, man.
Yeah, that's it.
It's all part of your story.
Spotify, cut the check.
Yes, cut the check. Spotify, cut the check. Yo, I can't thank you enough for these. Back to I can't thank you enough for these hoodies, but back to what's next? What's next for the team?
Yeah. What's next? I kind of want to.
If there's stuff you can't disclose, that's
no, it's not even that.
Yeah,
it's not even that. Like there's things that we scratched the surface on in the garage that we never really circled back to.
Okay.
Because we there was more priority in the sense of. Just getting into a bigger space,
right.
and more like an in-house type of brand. I want to circle back to like an in-house type of brand.
So you want to have your because we were talking about that earlier off camera as well, where you were like people confuse merch and branding, like having their own brand.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, you may have one of those actual creators like actually working in here right now, or one of those guys that actually come in that's gonna have that. So that's dope, man. I hope that we'll rock it.
Yeah, I want to circle back to
that.
Yeah, because it goes back to the basics of the eBay days of what's trending.
Right.
Steph Curry breaks the 3-point record. That's a shirt. LeBron
There's
passes
moments in time.
LeBron passes Kareem for first time. That's a shirt.
Right.
And I want to hop back into that. And create an in-house brand, so I do want to do that, and that's definitely on the radar in the next 6 to 12 months to scratch back into that.
That's incredible, man. That's incredible.
It's actually real. It's called T Garage.
Okay.
Right, to kind of keep the heritage of the company. We went from the
that would be the name of your brand.
That's
so you broke it here.
It's here.
Fire.
This is where you hear it here. Okay.
It's T Garage.
Right.
There's an Instagram for it. There's a couple posts from a couple of years to kind of try and feel a vibe out.
Right.
What's the IG handle?
Just T Garage NYC or
T Garage
something
NYC.
like that.
Okay.
Haven't posted on it in a while.
But now you're gonna feed back into that.
But we're gonna circle back into that. I just wanted to make it real, and because if I talk about it and I say it and I post about it, like I have to circle back to it.
Follow up with it. Okay.
So I got to follow up with it. Yeah. So that'll happen.
Oh yeah, no, that sounds incredible, man.
Dope, man.
Looking forward to that. Looking forward to working with you in the future to get take care of our merch, Hip Hop Advocates merch. They're all building this relationship. So this is like
gotta get
this
into
became
that
a podcast on top of building a relationship here. This was all
the drop shipping
because we're doing drop shipping with you.
You have to do drop shipping.
Guys, merch is coming.
Merch is coming.
Right? He's going to set everything up for us. He knows what to do, how to go. Chetty's going to pay for it. We're going to make this shit pop, bro. I can't be more happy than that.
I do think before we kind of sign off, I do want you got any advice for anybody trying to get into this business or starting their own company? Anything that you want?
Any business, yeah.
Yeah. It could be this business. It could be just just starting,
Yeah, so advice. Well, it's tough because they have to actually they have to have the creative vision for it. They actually have to kind of want to make something like this, right? So it's anybody can start up a screen print shop, an embroidery shop, or a DTG shop, and just make shirts for the pizzeria, or the local construction company, or the local insurance company, polos, embroidery,
which are important as well.
Which are important to the scalability of the long-term business.
It keeps the lights on.
It keeps the lights on. It pays the bills. It pays payroll. Pays the electric. Those. Not in any way, shape, or form downplaying those type of accounts and orders. But to take it to the next level in the sense of creativity, to where people come, you actually have to have the vision for that and actually want to do it. It's you got to have good friends. If you want to do anything, you got to have a good circle.
A whole
you
network
got to have a good circle. You got to have good friends. Don't let you get too high. Don't let you get too low. And that's definitely a foundation for me. I got a really good group I got a good inner circle, like you said, of good friends that have been there from jump, and it told me, hey, keep doing this.
You know what's crazy? You made sense right now because I think of just a couple months back, right? I needed to develop a website. there are so many website platforms that create a website for you, yada, yada, yada. But they all have the cookie-cutter format.
Yeah.
I would gladly pay extra for somebody that's going to say, yo, what's your idea? Hey, check this out, though. I think you should do this. I think this works this way. Because that, like you said, is giving me direction.
Yeah.
That's a different. I'm not a website creator. I don't have the vision. I know what I want to do and how I want things to look. So if you just give me the cookie cutter platform, there's hundreds of websites that do it for you.
I have so many ideas up here, but I don't know how to tell you what I want. But
that's where we bridge the gap, you know. And it's tough because sometimes the only way we're able to really bridge the gap, and I say this the most humble way possible, if somebody really gets in touch with me. Mm-hmm. You know, because I'm going to put this together. Right. I'm going to put this hoodie together.
You can
go
off. The wheels start turning.
Yeah, the wheels
you go into that blank mode you spoke about.
Exactly.
Right.
You know,
buffering.
Buffering. You know, I'm just zoned out.
I literally forward him the email that I email him at least like every other month saying, hey, can you send me the email with all the logos again? I always do. He's like, in my head,
where'd you get this logo? Wait, who did
this
design? You don't mind me asking.
I actually paid this dude in Florida.
Tell me, please.
Fricks 84. He's born the same year as me. Fricks 84, I believe, is his IG handle. It's my guy. I drew it out actually on an index card, because that was always the idea for me. And I remember sending it to him, and that's what I said. I had people who were like, "Yo, I'll do it for 150. But I knew I had to pay extra. Fricks charged me, because he's my cousin's friend, he charged me like about $600. But he said, "What do you want to do? You want me to go off?" And I was like, "Nah, check this out." I said the ugliest picture. I think I still have it in my phone on a fucking index card. And he's like, "Oh, I get what you're trying to do." I'm like, "Do you?" And he's like, "Yeah."
That's it right there.
That's special, man.
When you see something, and you just like, I get what you're trying to do. I get it. When that clicks and it's just like, all right, I get your vision. Just give me the idea. Let me take it the rest of the creative
way. And I did that. I said, "Yo, I'm not a graphic designer, fam. Like, you figure it out." We just went back and forth on the font.
Yeah.
But other than that,
the visual.
I said, "Bro, you know better than I do."
Yeah.
He said, because I forgot what I wanted different. He said, "Nah, the champagne bottle has to look like it would never fit in there. It doesn't matter."
You told him that?
Yeah. Like, I needed it to be that way. Because he at first was like, "You want me to make the cup a little bit more like a bucket?" I said, "I don't care if it looks fake. Like, there's no way this champagne bottle fits in this cup."
Yeah. It doesn't matter.
No, but afterward, when he did it, and that's why I love him too, because he's not the type of person to be like, "I told you." He was like, "Yo, you got it." He's like, "You just gave me such freedom to do everything else."
That's what it's about, man. It's about the freedom and it's about the trust. You know how many times I've had clients, higher end clients, that just think they think they just know A to Z. They know everything, and they just don't trust the creative vision that I'll have because I'm in the basement, because I'm in the garage, because I've been in the basement, because I've been in the garage. I got this, DJ. I got this. All right, so then you got it then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They never really allowed me to have that creative freedom, and the people that allowed me to have that creative freedom, I've helped people. Throwback, for example, Mr. Throwback.
Yeah.
Like, he's built a trust in me.
You guys can actually cook up together.
I call it like idea offs. We just have idea offs.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Hey, what about this? What about this?
We
just bounce off each other.
That's a healthy relationship.
That's a healthy relationship. And we have that trust with each other. And that's so important creatively, to trust the person that's coming up with the creative direction. And shout out to you for actually having to know, like, I have to just hand this responsibility off to somebody who does this, because there's so many people that don't realize that shoot themselves in the foot.
I think that's one of the biggest lessons of what we just said. Is like, know what you know and also know that you don't know.
Yes. Yeah, man. Know that this isn't your lane, and it's your lane, and here's the keys, go. This is what I want to do. This direction I want to go, and this is the color palette I want to use. This is my podcast. This is my page. This is my vision. Go do what you got to do.
It's very rare that I interfere with Teddy being like, "Yo, I want to have this person on the show," or "Yo, we're going to talk about this." Like, how many times? You can be honest. There's many times I'm just like, "Bro, you're the curator."
Yeah.
Like, this is our show. If you think it's right, it's right.
I always be like, "What you got? I want your input as well." You know what I mean? But when I know I have something, like, I'm always like, I'll be a little bit more animated. When I know we were going to do the show here, I was a little bit more animated. Like, all right, we got.
And he knows I got no problem saying no. If I really am not feeling something, it's like, Nah, bro, I'm not with it.
Yeah.
But it's very rare.
But we have that healthy relationship where we're just kind of like.
Well, you don't take it personal.
I got you. Yeah. All right.
The show comes before us.
Yeah.
That's just the fact.
Because we all got the same goal.
Yeah. The customer comes before us. That's it, and Chetty hit me up. He's like, yo, this is the outline. He sent me this long-ass text, and I'm like, I've never done this before. I'm going to read this, and Chetty's going to lead the way.
That's him. He's meticulous, bro.
Yeah, like, he's taking care of this.
I wish I could freestyle. I can't.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't read none of this shit till we get here.
Oh, yeah? Yo.
I can't.
I'd be so frustrated with both of them. I'd be like, yo, come on, guys. Like, read this shit. But, hey, we make it work, and, we got 103 episodes later. You know what I mean?
Yo, man, honestly, man, like, that takes a lot of commitment. And
would somebody tell us, Han? Like,
congrats on that.
Most podcasts end after podcast 10.
That's true. Yeah.
After podcast 10.
After episode 20, and it was our boy Nick. Nick, he has this thing called Veterans Minimum.
Shout out to them.
He's done like 2,000 episodes.
2,000.
2,000. He does like 2 a week, and he said that he's like, he came and he's like, oh yeah, I do like 100 a year. We're like kind of like, oh, thanks for shitting on us, bro. But he's like, no, I'm not. I'm letting you know because he knows metrics. He works for the podcast company. He's like, there's millions. Most of them don't make it past episode 20.
Why?
It's work, bro.
It's work.
It's to get everyone together. It's to get everyone on time.
It's dedication. It's editing.
Like you have to sacrifice time. That you know how many times that things come up.
It's
with
fucking
all of
12
us.
15 right now. Yo, shop up is a 9. I get it, bro.
DJ's kicking us out.
Nah,
man. But this was awesome, man. Thank you for having us, man. We got so now when the brand comes out. We need to do a part 2, right? So we got you signed up for part 2.
Yeah.
If you talked about the, say the brand again one more time on the.
Well, our in-house brand that I want. T Garage.
T Garage, right? When T Garage drops, we need to be the first podcast that you're on, right?
Yeah, we are.
Sounds good, man.
We are.
Lock it in.
Let's do it.
We are.
Bring it in.
Easy Ugly Man. Thanks for joining us,
DJ.
DJ. Always a pleasure, baby.